service. A one-sitter? Right. What address? Bring. Hold it, please. Doctor, stay.
The casting process for the Patty Duke show in 1963 involved auditions for each key role. Patty Duke was chosen for the dual roles of Patty, and Kathy Lane due to her talent and ability to portray both characters convincingly. William Schallert was cast as Martin Lane after his chemistry test with Patty Duke showed a strong father-daughter dynamic. Jean Byron was selected to play the role of Martin's wife, Natalie Lane, bringing warmth and humor to the family dynamic. The cast came together seamlessly, creating the beloved sitcom that would entertain audiences for years to come.
He's not here. Let's go. No. I'll tell the doctor you're here. I'll be right back. You stay here. I'm too...
The director of the Patty Duke show in 1963 had a clear vision for bringing the story to life. Their approach was focused on creating a lighthearted and comedic atmosphere, emphasizing the dynamic between identical cousins Patty and Kathy. The director drew creative influences from classic sitcoms of the time, incorporating witty dialogue and physical comedy into the show style. They collaborated closely with the cast and crew to ensure that the characters were portrayed authentically and that the humor landed effectively. Through skilled direction and attention to detail, the director successfully brought out the charm and chemistry of the cast, making the Patty Duke show a beloved television series of its era. The Patty Duke Show, a 1963 TV series, is a classic worth revisiting. Packed with funny, shocking, and sad moments, this show has something for everyone. Have you ever been inspired by this series? Are there any fascinating facts or anecdotes about it that captivate you? Share your cherished memories or experiences with us in the comments below. Stay tuned for more intriguing details about the Patty Duke Show.
Yeah, other than that, one could hardly tell them apart. Oh, charming. One forgets what a tea...
The Patty Duke Show's production was marked by meticulous set design and diverse filming locations. The set mirrored the comfortable yet bustling atmosphere of a typical American household. Filming on location provided authenticity, showcasing various parts of New York City. Logistical challenges included coordinating schedules and managing crowd control in public spaces. Innovative techniques like multi-camera setups allowed for efficient shooting and captured the show's dynamic energy.
Sorry. I should never have said that.
The theme song of the Patty Duke Show might have left many viewers puzzled, especially with the mention of ballet russes that some of us didn't know. This is not uncommon, as misheard lyrics in theme songs of other shows like All in the Family and the Flintstones have also caused confusion. It's interesting how small details like this can spark curiosity and intrigue in viewers. The Patty Duke Show's musical score and soundtrack were carefully crafted to enhance the narrative and evoke emotional resonance. Composers and musicians worked closely with the production team to create melodies that complemented the show's themes and character dynamics. The upbeat, catchy tunes reflected the lighthearted nature of the sitcom, while poignant melodies underscored moments of drama and introspection. Insights from the composers revealed a collaborative process aimed at ensuring the music resonated with the audience and contributed to the overall viewing experience.
Towel group in the country. We're going to begin immediately. Thank you.
Patty Duke's father, John Patrick, left her, and her mother, Frances Duke, due to his struggles with alcoholism when Patty was very young. Professionally known as Patty Duke to close friends, she went by her birth name, Anna Pierce, after marrying. Phyllis Coates stands out as one of few actors to have roles in both the 1952 Adventures of Superman and the 1993 Lois and Clark: The New Adventures of Superman, alongside Jack Larson and Jack Crushen.
The big scene. Later, Pound Cake. I've got to dig Kathy. She's Lady One, Wowsville. Kathy, I've got 2 front row seats for the latest hit play.
One iconic scene from the 1963 TV series The Patty Duke Show is when Patty and Kathy switch places to trick their boyfriends. The clever direction captures the chaos and comedy of the situation as the girls try to maintain their charade. The cinematography highlights the physical differences between Patty and Kathy, enhancing the comedic effect. The impact on the audience is laughter and amusement at the girls' antics. Actors have shared that filming these scenes required precise timing and coordination to pull off the switch convincingly, adding to the humor and charm of the moment.
Oh, I don't specialize much. I'm sort of interested.
Phyllis Coates, known for her role as Lois Lane in the 1950s TV show Adventures of Superman, played Lois Lane's mother in an episode of Lois and Clark: The New Adventures of Superman in 1993. William Schallert, a friend of Patty Duke, also had a role in the series. The Patty Duke Show, which aired from 1963, featured Patty and Kathy Duke, two cousins who looked identical but had distinct personalities. Patty had bangs and spoke loudly and quickly, while Kathy had a slight English accent and spoke more quietly with her hair combed back. Their eyes were also different, with Patty's always open wide and Kathy's not as wide. Despite their physical similarities, the characters' personalities and mannerisms set them apart, adding depth to the show's storytelling.
Or should I say the way you haven't been brought up?
I didn't mean to be rude.
The one thing I...
The Patty Duke Show, a TV series from 1963, had a significant cultural and social impact. It resonated with audiences by showcasing the lives of identical cousins with contrasting personalities, reflecting the theme of individuality and self-acceptance. The show influenced pop culture by popularizing catchphrases like identical cousins all the way and inspiring fashion trends. Additionally, it contributed to discussions on family dynamics, adolescence, and identity, sparking conversations about personal relationships and self-discovery. Overall, The Patty Duke Show left a lasting impression on viewers and remains a memorable part of television history.
Make purple.
Red and blue.
Type your answer.
Patty Duke, known for her role in The Patty Duke Show, started her career with television commercials, one of which was for the Remco Movieland Drive and Theater toy. On the other hand, Margaret Hamilton, who played the Wicked Witch in The Wizard of Oz, had a close call with fire during the filming of her dramatic exit from Munchkinland. She was severely burned and had to take a break from filming for over a month. Despite this, she returned to work under the condition that there would be no more fire effects. Her iconic role as the Wicked Witch has been ranked #4 on the American Film Institute's list of the 100 years of greatest screen heroes and villains.
Oh. They sent you to beg me to come back. Well, you're wasting your time.
The Patty Duke Show received generally positive reviews from critics and audiences alike. Critics praised the show for its humor, charm, and the dual performance of Patty Duke in the lead roles. Audiences found the show entertaining and engaging, particularly enjoying the dynamic between the identical cousins played by Duke. The show was nominated for several awards during its run, including 2 Primetime Emmy Awards for Outstanding Performance by an Actress in a Leading Role in a Comedy Series for Patty Duke. While it did not win these awards, the nominations themselves were a recognition of the talent and skill of the cast and crew involved in the production. These accolades indicate that the Patty Duke Show was well received and appreciated by both critics and viewers, highlighting the impact and success of the series. The nominations for awards also validate the hard work and dedication of those involved in creating the show, showcasing their talent and contribution to the television industry at that time.
So that her mind is free of irritations. Is there anything she wants that she doesn't?
Patty Duke, born in New York, was one of 22 Oscar-winning actresses from the state. She is also one of 23 actresses who didn't receive an Oscar nomination for their Best Actress in a Comedy Musical Golden Globe-winning performance. The show The Patty Duke Show was created by Sidney Sheldon based on Duke's dual personality, although it was unknown at the time that this was due to her bipolar disorder. Duke's talent and versatility as an actress have left a lasting impact in the world of television.
Elliot.
All of a sudden, it came easy. I didn't need the numbers anymore. I just looked at the questions and wrote down the answers.
During the filming of The Patty Duke Show in 1963, there was a hilarious incident when Patty Duke accidentally spilled a milkshake all over herself in between takes. Despite her embarrassment, the cast and crew couldn't stop laughing, turning it into a cherished memory on set. Another interesting fact is that Patty Duke's real-life cousin, actress Rita Gann, made a guest appearance on the show in the episode The Perfect Hostess. It was heartwarming for the audience to see the family connection playing out on screen. These little behind-the-scenes anecdotes added an extra layer of charm to the beloved series.
You know, sometime I'd like to have you explain it to me.
In the Patty Duke Show, a specific crew member, Rita Walter, played a significant role behind the scenes. She was responsible for appearing as the back of either Patty's or Kathy's head in most of the scenes featuring the two characters. Additionally, William Schallert, who played the character Martin Lane, was recognized as one of the 50 greatest TV dads of all time by TV Guide. Interestingly, Schallert and his co-star, Gene Byron, had previously worked together in The Many Loves of Dobie Gillies, but they only appeared together in a single episode.
It's about time. Where did you walk him to, Buchanan?
The Patty Duke Show holds a significant place in television history, influencing subsequent sitcoms and family-oriented programming. Its portrayal of adolescent identity struggles resonated with audiences, paving the way for more nuanced storytelling in television. The show's success demonstrated the appeal of relatable characters and humorous yet heartfelt narratives. Its legacy endures through its cultural impact and ongoing influence on the portrayal of family dynamics in popular media.
Blake, why, you must be Ross's beautiful sister Patty.
The characters of Kathy and Patty Lane in The Patty Duke Show were developed by writers and producers William Asher and Sidney Sheldon, who drew inspiration from Patty Duke's own personality. In an Emmett Legends interview, Duke admitted that the polar opposite twins were expressions of her own bipolar personality. William Schallert, who played Patty's father in the show, had a history with the Twilight Zone series. He appeared in the original series, the 1985 revival series, and Twilight Zone the movie. Before her role in The Patty Duke Show, Patty Duke had a backstage feud with Suzanne Plachette during their Broadway run of The Miracle Worker in 1961. The feud escalated when Duke dated Plachette's estranged husband, Troy Donahue, a few years later.
I heard on tonight's grapevine that Richard's going to take a straw ballot.
How'd it come out?
Ross doesn't know.
William Schallert, an actor with a prolific career, appeared in 5 films directed by Joe Dante, including Twilight Zone the movie and Gremlins. He is perhaps best recognized for his role as Nils Boris in the Star Trek episode The Trouble with Tribbles. In this episode, he played the Federation Undersecretary of Agricultural Affairs, a role that still earns him recognition today. Interestingly, Schallert is one of 2 actors to appear in both Inner Space and Outer Space productions. He acted in The Trouble with Tribbles and Inner Space, with Robert Piccaro being the other actor to share this distinction. Schallert's versatility and longevity in the industry have made him a familiar face to many, spanning generations and genres.
That figures. May I ask what you do find so amusing?
And James, listen to this.
In The Patty Duke Show, Patty Duke played the role of the youngest sibling among Ray Duke and Carol Duke Kennedy. Prior to this, Phyllis Coates had a less than pleasant experience with the director of The Incredible Petrified World, Jerry Warren. Coates had accepted the role as a favor to Warren, but was not paid for her work, and found out that the film was released in California despite Warren's assurance that it would not be. This led to Coates being told by a studio executive that Columbia would not hire her again due to the inferior quality of the film. Throughout the entire run of The Patty Duke Show, Patty Duke, William Schallert, and Gene Byron were the only actors to appear in all 104 episodes. Their dedication and consistency contributed to the show's success. Overall, The Patty Duke Show provided a platform for Patty Duke to showcase her acting skills and solidified her place in the television industry. Despite the earlier setback experienced by Phyllis Coates, she, along with the rest of the cast, delivered a memorable and enjoyable show for its viewers.
Do not let me fail you.
Oh, I won't.
Thank you.
Patty Duke holds the record as the youngest person to have a self-titled U.S. television series at 16 years old. The show, The Patty Duke Show, first aired in 1963. Prior to her role as Patty, Phyllis Coates played Lois Lane alongside George Reeves. though Noel Neill had portrayed Lois Lane before Coates, but not with Reeves. Kathy Garver, who played Kathy in The Patty Duke Show, has had a successful career in audio recording. She received the Audie Award for her work as a narrator for World's Greatest Short Stories and as a director for Amy Tan in The Opposite of Fate. Garver has recorded over 30 audiobooks, showcasing her talent and dedication to the craft.
Nothing. She's in the kitchen helping Margaret with the sandwich.
Is everyone here, Patty?
John McGiver, known for his roles in 3 Library of Congress selected films, appeared in The Patty Duke Show, although not in the pilot. The pilot, which featured a different cast for some characters, was set in San Francisco but aired in Brooklyn Heights. Patty Duke, who played both Kathy and Patty Lane, had a brief second marriage that lasted 13 days. Following a manic episode triggered by a broken romance with Daisy Arnaz Jr., the show's famous theme song, Their Cousin-Identical Cousins, was not included in the pilot, and only portions of it were used in the opening and closing credits.
Listen to this. Congratulations, have just ordered first printing of 50,000 copies.
Patty Duke, known for her Oscar-winning role as Helen Keller in The Miracle Worker, was one of 17 actors to win an Academy Award for portraying a real person still alive at the time of the ceremony. William Schallert, who played Patty's father in The Patty Duke Show, was a member of Los Angeles' The Group Theater and acted in a production of Rain directed by Charles Chaplin during the 1940s. Margaret Hamilton, known for her role as the Wicked Witch in The Wizard of Oz, shared that Frank Morgan, who played the wizard, was generous in real life, just like his character in the film. These actors brought their real-life experiences and talents to their iconic roles in these classic films and TV shows.
Do you really believe these electronic brains know what they're doing?
Sure I do.
Patty Duke, William Schallert, and Eddie Applegate all passed away in 2016. Duke on March 29, Schallert on May 8, and Applegate on October 17. With Applegate's death, Paul O'Keefe is the last surviving regular cast member of the series. Patty Duke won the top prize on the game show, the 64,000 question, in 1955 early in her career. Phyllis Coates has 2 roles in common with Noel Neill. And Terry Hatcher, Neill played Lois Lane in Superman, Atom Man vs. Superman, and Adventures of Superman. Coates played her in Superman, and The Mole Men and Adventures of Superman, and Hatcher played her in Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman. And Neill played Lois' mother Ellen Lane in Superman. Coates played her in The House of Luther, and Hatcher played her in Abandoned.
He's been going all over the country giving intelligence tests.
What's he doing here?
Good morning.
Patty Duke, a young prodigy in the entertainment industry, made history as the youngest actress to have her name above a Broadway marquee title at the age of 12 in The Miracle Worker. By the time she was 16, she had her own television series, The Patty Duke Show. Her exceptional talent was recognized early on when she won the Theatre World Award for Best Debut Performance for her portrayal of Helen Keller in the Broadway production of The Miracle Worker during the 1959-1960 season. The theme song for The Patty Duke Show was performed by the Skipjacks, adding to the show's appeal. Patty Duke's accomplishments at such a young age set a high standard for future generations of actors.
Decided you won't have to do any more dishes.
You mean, ever? Rawson?
Margaret Hamilton, known for her role as the Wicked Witch of the West in The Wizard of Oz, wrote the preface to The Making of the Wizard of Oz by L.G.N. Harmitz. She was initially given a 6-week guarantee for the role, but filming lasted for 23 weeks. As for William Schallert, who played Patty's father in The Patty Duke Show, he appeared with Harry Hamlin in the premiere production of The Playhouse in Los Angeles at the Falcon Theater in June 2001. These are some of the notable accomplishments and appearances of the actors beyond their work on The Patty Duke Show.
You want me to be your first wife?
Of course.
In The Patty Duke Show, Eddie Applegate, who played Patty's love interest, was significantly older than Patty Duke. He was 27 when the series began, while Duke was only 16. Patty Duke's mother, Frances Duke, passed away in 1993. Margaret Hamilton, who played a memorable role in The Wizard of Oz, was aware of her lack of conventional glamour and accepted it. When she was offered the role of the witch in The Wizard of Oz, she responded with surprise, but ultimately embraced the part.
Please.
Well, I don't know.
Please don't. That trick's
In 1963, the world of television welcomed the Patty Duke Show, featuring a talented young actress named Patty Duke. Interestingly, Patty Duke was not a newcomer to the industry. She had already made a significant mark by winning the Best Actress in a Supporting Role Oscar for The Miracle Worker at the 35th Annual Academy Awards. Meanwhile, another notable individual associated with the show was Margaret Hamilton, who played the iconic role of the Wicked Witch in The Wizard of Oz. Hamilton had a unique experience during the filming of Oz, where she was accidentally burned during a special effects sequence. She returned to the production only after negotiating that she wouldn't have to work around fire again. When Hamilton passed away, she was cremated, marking an ironic end to her life. Finally, Frankie Avalon, another familiar face on the show, had an interesting fact about his family. His sister, Teresa, is 2 years older than he is, making for a unique sibling dynamic in their personal lives. In summary, the Patty Duke Show was home to a talented cast with intriguing backgrounds, including Patty Duke's Oscar win, Margaret Hamilton's experience on The Wizard of Oz, and Frankie Avalon's older sister, Teresa.
Doyle taking your place, Patty. You should be on that stage tonight. Well, that's show business.
There'll be other shows, dear.
Marcia Strassman, known for her role as Julie on Welcome Back, Kotter, shares the same first name with her real-life sister, Julie Strassman-Cohn. Meanwhile, William Schallert, who played the role of Patty and Kathy's father in the Patty Duke Show, was recognized for his exceptional performance in The Trial of Catonsville 9 off-Broadway, earning him the 1971 OBIE Award for Distinguished Performance. Interestingly, Patty and Kathy looked exactly alike because their fathers were identical twins, both portrayed by William Schallert. This fact adds an intriguing layer to the show's premise, making it even more engaging for its audience.
People have had to struggle against disbelievers.
You see, I've been holding her back. She could have...
Phyllis Coates, known for her role in the Patty Duke Show, had an unfortunate incident while filming Night of Terror in 1952. She was accidentally punched, which knocked her unconscious. The actor who threw the punch apologized, but the scene couldn't be reshot, leaving the punch in the final cut. William Schallert, another cast member of the Patty Duke Show, shared his experiences in the book They Fought in the Creature Features. Interestingly, the entire series of the Patty Duke Show was shot on film, with no episodes videotaped. This film format likely contributed to the show's enduring popularity among older audiences. The choice to shoot on film rather than videotape was a deliberate decision made by the show's creators, which has given the series a unique and timeless quality.
I think it's begun to broaden her interests. When we went down to the newspaper, she spent the whole afternoon in the composing room.
William Schallert, known for his role in the Patty Duke Show, became the president of the Screen Actors Guild from 1979 to 1981. Interestingly, Patty Duke herself held the position from 1985 to 1988. In one instance, Bette Davis was considered for a guest spot in the series while she was working on Dead Ringer, where she played a dual role. However, her demand for high pay and numerous perks led to the abandonment of this idea. Frankie Avalon, who made an appearance in the Patty Duke Show, has a connection to the John Wayne family. He met Michael Wayne's wife, Gretchen Wayne, on the set of The Alamo in 1960. 4 years later, he married Catherine Diebel, Gretchen's sister, making him part of the extended John Wayne family.
Couldn't you sleep either?
No. Too much political.
Patty Duke, the star of the 1963 TV show The Patty Duke Show, achieved a gold record for her single Don't Just Stand There, which ranked 8th on the Billboard Hot 100 chart and 6th on the Cashbox chart. Her debut album, also titled Don't Just Stand There, peaked at 90 on the Billboard Top 200 chart. She became a mother at age 24, giving birth to her son, Sean Patrick Duke, whose father is her second ex-husband, Michael Tell. Ronnie Schell, another actor in the show, was a semi-professional baseballer in his early years. He later played with a softball team called the Reruns, which included Jack Riley and Fred Willard. Schell collects caps from minor league teams across the nation as a hobby.
Creative field of his own choice. Antonia is a sculptress.
Patty Duke was only 16 when production for the Patty Duke Show began, leading to the decision to film in New York City due to more liberal child labor laws. This allowed Duke, who carried the show, to work more hours per day. The series was still popular in the Nielsen ratings, but ABC decided not to renew it for a fourth season because they wanted all black, and White chose to switch to color production, and United Artists wanted more money to make the change. Duke's character lived with her parents, played by Mary Avalone and Nicholas Avalone. Mary Avalone was born on July 3, 1916, and Nicholas Avalone on April 27, 1913. Duke's sister in the show, Teresa Avalone, was not related to her in real life. Despite the show's success, ABC decided to develop a new color show instead of renewing the Patty Duke show for a fourth season, citing cost effectiveness. The series was set in the Brooklyn Heights neighborhood, and although Duke turned 18 during filming and preferred to stay in New York City, the production was moved to Hollywood by season's end. Patty Duke, the young star of the 1960s TV show that bore her name, was not allowed to watch it when it first aired. It wasn't until she was in her 30s, flipping through channels in a hotel room, that she happened upon a rerun and finally saw the show. One of her on-screen fathers, William Schallert, passed away just over a month after Patty Duke's death. Interestingly, both he and Duke served as president of the Screen Actors Guild. Margaret Hamilton, who played a recurring role on the Patty Duke show as Aunt Clara, is known for wearing the same costume in two different productions, 26 years apart. She wore the same dress as Miss Gulch in The Wizard of Oz when she played Grandma Frump in The Addams Family in 1965.
Sure. But we're gonna win this game.
I don't get it.
It's a revolutionary educational.
In the Patty Duke show, Frankie Avalon sang These Are the Good Times in an episode, a song he also performed in Beach Blanket Bingo. William Schallert, who played Martin Lane, took on the role of Kenneth Lane in a Christmas episode where Martin had to let Kenneth go. Marcia Strassman attempted to launch a singing career with the Flower Children song in 1967, which was a hit in Los Angeles and San Francisco, but failed to make it nationwide.
And they'll disqualify me. I won't let you fail in Latin. They need a dynamo like you. I know I'd make a...
The Patty Duke show was canceled in 1963 due to disagreements over the cost of filming in color. Patty Duke, the show star, had a son, Sean Patrick Astin, whose paternity was long attributed to John Astin, but was later proven to be Michael Tell's. William Schallert, who played Martin Lane on the show, was ranked as one of TV's greatest dads. His character's enduring popularity is a testament to Schallert's acting skills.
Now that the election is over, I hope these things will be forgotten and all the bitterness put aside in the best tradition.
Share your personal experiences and memories of the Patty Duke show from 1963. How did this TV series impact you and shape your views on cinema? Your stories are valuable and can inspire others to explore the world of film. Engage with us by liking, sharing, and subscribing for more cinematic discussions. Let's celebrate the magic of storytelling together.
Take the weekend off. Do you good. Happy birthday.